Hello everyone, so we're back out on the bike. I've had a really productive day actually, which feels good. Got up early, had some online sessions to do and a bit of prep work for this weekend heading up north. The set list came through last night for the two Go West shows I've got this weekend, and it's always good to be prepared, so I went through those, made sure my sounds were all in order and all of that sort of thing. So I managed to get all my work done relatively early, and look at this weather. So I thought I'd just do a leisurely ride to the Cotswolds, which is only about 48 minutes from me to Broadway, and get myself a cup of coffee, maybe a sandwich, and then depending on how I'm feeling, what time that is, I might ride on towards Bicester Village and then join the motorway and head back up then, or just come back. But it's an absolutely stunning route, as I'm hoping to show you. So yeah, come and do the ride with me. So as I just said, we're off to Scotland this weekend, and I thought I'd use that as a bit of an opportunity. I don't know how many people know this, but the majority of airports in the UK, the bike parking is completely free for an unspecified, unlimited amount of time, which is pretty amazing considering I spend a lot of time parking my car at Heathrow, Gatwick, Birmingham, and it costing, I went into the short stay a couple of weeks ago, and for 28 hours I was away, maybe 30 hours, something like that, so it crossed over into a second day. It was £180. I mean, that's absolutely ludicrous. Obviously, sometimes I've got lots of luggage and stuff like that, and of course I need to drive. But heading up north with Go West means the crew are all heading up in the truck with all the gear, and I'm just getting a flight from Birmingham Airport. So I'm going to ride to the airport at 6 a.m. on Friday morning and park there. I didn't know that until very recently. Just googled it, and it's the short stay car park. It's right next to the terminal. I mean, genius. So that's going to be really great. So I'll park the bike there, fly up to Glasgow, do the Glasgow gig, come back, and then I'll just hop on the bike and ride to the Birmingham show, which I think is a private appearance, a corporate. So that's my plan for this weekend's episode. Today's is just a little bit impromptu. I thought I'd ride to the Cotswolds, and the road is so stunning, and the weather's so good, that I just thought I'd bring the camera along with me so you can see some of the wonderful scenes here in sort of the Midlands in England. Seeing as the roads we're going to be traversing are absolutely stunning, and you're probably not going to want to listen to me wittering on, I'm just going to sing some music and let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the ride. you know what? That was stunning. I had a lovely peppermint tea and some ice water, and that is just what I needed. This is the Fish in Broadway. It's a lovely hotel, kind of spa-y vibe. In fact, I don't know whether it is a spa, but there's loads of stuff to do, and you can hire these cabins and things, and the food's great, and obviously you're in the heart of the Cotswolds, so it's quite bougie, but it was very, very lovely. So I'm going to take a nice leisurely ride home now. The boys are on the way to Scotland. The crew, the Go West crew, are on the way to Scotland already, and I've neglected to have a spare guitar already on the truck, so they're going to pop in on their way up north from London and pick up one of my guitars to keep as a spare. So that's handy. But look at this, absolutely beautiful. These very small aggressive speed bumps are a bit annoying though. Look at that. Last time I came here with my friend Chris, and I'd been bigging it up and said, oh, the views on your way in are absolutely stunning. And we came on a foggy day, and you could literally see basically the trees at the side of this road was it. So it was not the perfect day to go, but today is a lot better. Look at this here. If I come to this nice open bit, stunning. I've got to say, the bike really likes slightly warmer weather. I notice it on tick over and all sorts, that when the air's not super cold, it just seems a lot happier. Next time I take it in for servicing, I'll ask him to have a nosy, because I did have a bit of a sort of dodgy idle problem a while ago. And there's so many things that could be, from injectors to fuel pump to an air leak in the hoses, the hose clamps on the cylinder head, or it could be loads of stuff. And most of them are very, very expensive to fix. But I hadn't thought of the hoses on the cylinder head, and there was a guy on YouTube with this exact bike, same colour and everything, said before you do anything, just with a screwdriver, make sure the hose clamps are tight. And I actually found that the hose clamp on cylinder 3, which is the one on the far right here, was loose. Thankfully it had one of those lock nut things on where the screw wasn't going to come off. It was just, free spinning, but it was completely loose. So obviously that's after the oxygen sensor, so the engine doesn't quite know what's wrong then, because oxygen is measured before that and it all seems fine, and then obviously there's a leak into the cylinder, and the symptom was it used to stall at idle, especially after prolonged work. So if you'd been driving on a motorway or a dual carriageway for a period of time, for a period of time, and then you'd say it'd be in top gear, and you'd pull up to a roundabout or a junction, and you'd come down the gears and then stop. When you pull the clutch in to stop, the bike would stall. And that was the symptom, and it happened probably 2 or 3 times for me. So yeah, thank you to that guy on YouTube whose name I can't recall. Right, let's go. Because that could have ended up being replacing fuel injectors or fuel pump or all sorts of things without getting to the bottom of it. So fantastic, it runs beautifully now. But if anyone knows why the bike would like warmer weather, it might just be me, it might just be a vibe thing, it might just be that I like warmer weather. But yeah, it does seem a little happier when the ambient air's just a little bit. I mean, it's not hot today. What's the temperature? The temperature is 13.5. So it's it's not warm by any stretch, But it's when I'm talking about when it's down at like 2 degrees or around there. It's just a little bit grumpier when the engine's really hot at idle, warm, when you're fully up to temperature on idle. And yeah, it's just not as happy. So interested to know what you think there. This is a lovely road. I am actually, as you can see from the sat nav, having a bit of a shocker that I am going in the wrong direction, but I'm just going to go a few miles this way just because it's so stunning before I head back. Beautiful. This screen is great. I can ride at these speeds and faster with the visor completely open, and it's really refreshing and nice. The only time you really notice it is when, like right now, you've got a crosswind. So the wind's coming in from the right here, and then suddenly you get eyeballs full of pollen and all sorts, which is less good when you've got hay fever, but first world problem and all of that. I'd also like to say thank you to everybody who messaged me after I posted the last video to say how pleased they were that Megan's making great progress and things. We both really appreciate it. We sort of, there's a lot of living from day to day and taking each day as it comes, or one day at a time is our phrase. But things are significantly better than they were a while ago, which can only ever be a good thing, can't it? So yeah, I really appreciate the messages, and we both really appreciate everybody's support, and yeah, all of her friends and all of my friends have been fabulous, so thank you ever so much for that. Such a stunning road, this. Right, let's click home and let's go. Days like this, what you really appreciate the British countryside. We so rarely get good weather to actually see it and enjoy it, and it's been so cold and just grey and gloomy recently. I've ridden all through winter, and it's just so refreshing not having to put all the undergarments on and the heated socks on and it all being a drama, and then you'll be on the motorway and then you sort of shift a little bit, and just a little bit of a crack of skin at the back of your bottom of your back or whatever will suddenly be just slightly exposed to the 70 miles an hour 2 degree air, and oh yeah, it's just the worst, that. Right, I'm going to turn around here. Let's go. And back the way we came, back home. Bit of cruise control. Stunning. It's nice also to finally get my summer gloves on. My sister got me these. Thank you so much, Ellen. Just a bit of breeze through the fingers. It's rather than all the super heavy kit. Because the problem again with the super heavy kit in winter is you drive in sort of this speed and you need to be braced in the cold, but you get stuck in traffic, and then this bike is a big culprit for this. It just throws all the engine heat up at you. I know they've changed that with the new one, but yeah, the radiator vent on the left there is where the fan vents out, and right, let's just quickly. The fan is on the left-hand side of the radiator here, and the gap is just here by your leg, and it seems to the hot air hits your leg and comes up, and you can go from, bearing against the cold to having a full sweat on in 10 minutes. It doesn't take long. I don't know how people manage. I know it was a problem with this bike, but I can't imagine riding this bike in Arizona in traffic or something, because that'd be hot. But it's actually perfect for cold English riding. You've just got to sort of dress accordingly. I love this sweeping road coming up. You'll see it just ahead on the sat-nav, that series of bends. So I rode up it that you saw on the way to the fish, and now we're going to go down. I know the camera sort of flattens it out, but it's really quite an incline actually. Is this person just gonna... I'm going to boot... There we go. Overtaking just at the sign where it says how many casualties have been on this road. Lovely. Fellow biker. So yeah, we're at the top of a sort of plateau here, and then these series of corners here are sort of on a really quite steep incline. It's a lovely ride. Fish Hill, here you go, 10% incline. Would you call that an incline? No, it's a descent, isn't it? Incline's going up. Stunning. Absolutely love these long sweeping bends. Well, thanks ever so much for joining me on my little Cotswolds scoot. Next time I'll upload will be after this weekend at Glasgow and back, and the trials and tribulations of parking in Birmingham Airport. It's an absolutely wonderful afternoon. I've got 26 miles till I get home, and then cook a nice bit of dinner. Thanks ever so much for watching and riding along with me, and be safe, and see you on the next vid.